I certainly believe in the Church of Baseball. Bull Durham, starring Kevin Costner, Susan Sarandon, Tim Robbins, and written and directed by Ron Shelton. On the surface, the 80s classic baseball movie is about the lives of minor league ball players and the people who live and die with the team. It is a fantastic comedy which makes me laugh every time I watch. If we look a little deeper though, the film also deals with dreams and how to cope with not realizing them. The movie is an enjoyable watch for anyone who loves baseball or those who just enjoy a good characters and awesome story. Is the story though appropriate for kids or adolescents? The movie is rated R for sexual content and language. There is no violence to speak of except a couple of one-punch brawls between Robbins and Costner's characters. I'll let Costner sum up why the film is rated R with one of the best monologues in sports movie history, and one which also highlights the essence of the film.
Well, I believe in the soul. The cock, the pussy, the small of a woman's back, the hanging curveball, high fiber, good scotch, that the novels of Susan Sontag are self-indulgent, overrated crap. I believe Lee Harvey Oswald acted alone. I believe there ought to be a constitutional amendment outlawing AstroTurf and the designated hitter. I believe in the sweet spot, softcore pornography, opening your presents Christmas morning rather than Christmas Eve, and I believe in long, slow, deep, soft, wet kisses that last 3 days. Good night.
Good night.
Within the first line of the monologue, the film went from PG-13 to R. The movie at this point has already used language to push it to the R status, but if it hadn't, this soliloquy most certainly would. Letting younger kids watch is going to be based on how much bad language or sexual content you want them to be exposed to. No nudity is shown in the film, but there are a few steamy sex scenes between Costner and Sarandon. Robbins also has a few scenes involving sexual content, but nothing is explicitly graphic. But sex is definitely happening. Depending on the kid and how uncomfortable you are watching sex scenes with them is going to determine the watchability. The language nor the sex bothers me, and sex shouldn't be embarrassing. I don't want my 5-year-old watching and repeating the language, but my 12-year-old should be able to watch. The story elements are where things might go over my oldest son's head. Watching the film again, I was still getting new things from the movie I hadn't before. Kevin Costner's character Crash is coming to grips with the fact he will never realize his ultimate dream of being a major league ball player. The bus scene in the film is one of the best in the movie. It's where he tells the guys what it was like for his short time in the majors. He came so close to realizing his dream, only to ultimately know his talent couldn't carry him to the next level. Crash knows he's a great minor league ball player and loves playing the game, but in the end, he couldn't accomplish his ultimate goal. This makes the relationship between him and Nuke fantastic, and why the comedy in the movie works so well. He's teaching Nuke to do something he never will accomplish, because he doesn't have the talent, and yet Nuke does. This is also where the jealousy aspect of the story comes in, and it's well done. It's not something a younger person watching the movie will pick up on, but I don't think they need to understand this aspect to enjoy the movie. It will just add another layer to the film when they watch it once they are older. The comedy portions of the movie at the ballpark will keep an older kid or younger adolescent engaged. The scenes on the mound between Robbins and Costner are simply outstanding, and Robert Wuhl is great as the useless pitching coach. These parts of the film can be enjoyed by all, and especially those who love baseball and wonder what is actually said on the mound between pitchers and catchers. What makes Bull Durham such a great comedy is the characters and actors in the story. The three leads all completely commit to their roles. Robbins at this point has proven his range as an actor, but in this he plays the meathead young athlete to perfection. Costner is brilliant in this movie, and so is Sarandon. Their chemistry is off the charts from the first moment they are on screen together. One would think they would have had the relationship after the movie, and not Robbins and her, from the way they perform together. There is a spark on the screen between them, and it is one of the most engaging aspects of the film. It's one reason why I've watched this movie so many times. Each main character in the story has an important aspect and arc, and each finishes the movie in the right place. The earnestness each actor put into this romantic comedy about baseball shines through, and it is why the movie should be introduced to kids when they are old enough. Bull Durham can probably be enjoyed by anyone 10 to 13 years old, if you don't mind them hearing some foul language. The sex scenes probably shouldn't be a deterrent nor an embarrassment. It's part of life, and it's well done within this story. My 12-year-old has watched and enjoys the baseball aspects to the film, mainly because he's a huge seamhead. Comment and let me know when the first time you watched Bull Durham was and what you thought. If you're a parent, when would you let your kids watch this film? In the R-rated baseball movie pantheon, it's this or Major League. Which do you prefer? Like, share, subscribe, and all that fun stuff. Thanks for watching.